Hello everyone, I'm Emma, and today we are looking at delusional artists on Reddit. So this subreddit is not about bad art, it is about people thinking their art is better than it actually is. So this could be, as you see in the header up here, maybe they think their art is worth way more than it is, or they think their just talent is better than it actually is. So let's take a look and see what we think. If they actually have the potential to be good, or if maybe the art is as good as they think it is. Which is probably unlikely, but we'll see. Okay, so this one's called Imagine Art Being So Bad You Have to Pay for People to Look at It, and it shows a sponsored Instagram photo of a portrait. And yes, I would say this does not deserve a sponsor on Instagram. You should not have to pay to get 28 likes on your art. Okay, there's good things and there's bad things about this picture. Good things are, they have a good idea of some aspects of how to draw the eyes, for example. The eyes are pretty good. The nose, though, is way too long and narrow. Like, it's kind of like anime proportions, but drawn realistically. And the face is just... The shading on the face makes it look like an egg. It's just so smooth and so pale. There's no color in it. She doesn't have a neck. It's just very odd proportions. But I think there is potential. I don't think it's completely lost. If you even just, you went in and you change the size of the eyes and the nose, it would look a lot better. So, is it worthy of being sponsored on Instagram? No, but I think it could be fixed. Okay, this one's funny. So it's just called Selfexplanatory. The picture says Vampy from Twilight Drawing. Obviously it's Edward from Twilight. And the price has gone down from $1,088 to $975. Is it worth $1,000? Probably not. Is it worth $900? Definitely not either. But I don't think it's a bad picture, honestly. It looks very much like a beginner's photo, but they've done pretty well. I could tell who it was before even looking at the description. I could tell who it was. It's not perfect. It's very obviously jagged in some parts, like here. That doesn't look very natural. A lot about his face is off-center, and I don't think that's natural for him. The eyebrows are very thick, they look like caterpillars. But I don't think it's bad, but definitely delusional to call it worth $1,000. If I drew that a few years ago, I would be pretty proud of it, so I wouldn't sell it. Okay, this one says, if this is a glow-up, imagine the before picture. This picture called Glow Up, an oil painting sold for $85. And I don't think it's a total crime. It doesn't look like an oil painting. Something looks odd about it. Maybe there's too much pencil showing through on the lines on the face or something. The texture on the hair looks pretty good. Although it could use more shading. The shading on the face is decent. I think mostly it's the facial expression and the proportions there. And it could use some more detail. And definitely could use a background. I think like a black background would look way better than a white background. I think if they put a few more hours into this, maybe someone would actually buy it for $85. But in its current state, it looks too much like a work in progress, or like a beginner's photo, or painting. So, I think it's good for a beginner's oil painting. I've only done one oil painting in my life, so I can't really talk about it. I think if you kept adding more and more, and you kept tweaking it, you could get to $85 with this. It's not completely lost. Small price to pay. Drawing of Donkey Kong from Nintendo. Okay, so for line art like this to be worth $20, it has to not be copied off a drawing like this, or it can't be copied off an image like this for sure. And even if it was, it would have to be better, because obviously there's mistakes here. This line is crossing over where it shouldn't. A lot of things just look really off, and I'm no Donkey Kong expert, so that's saying something. It would just have to have a lot more detail. Like, this is very simple, and it's not adding anything to what the original picture was. Why not just print the original picture on printer paper and use that? Okay, I'm a little confused by this one. Beautiful holiday wreath, totally harmless. Maybe it's supposed to be wreath? It's clearly made out of shotgun shells. Selling our shell reef lights work, shells look cool, worth the money. Maybe I just don't know what a reef is. I don't know. It lights up, I guess? And it's $50. This is the sort of thing you should just make for yourself and not show anyone else. Like, you do you, but this is not, no one's gonna buy this for $50. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that, because I bet there's someone out there who would buy this for $50. You know, the bow made out of the hay, grass, straw, whatever, is a nice touch. The wiring looks pretty good, the way it's braided together. But $50. This is definitely something that is a big pet peeve of mine on art websites. It's trying to pass off edited photos as original art prints. Clearly you can see it's just a photograph that has a filter on it, and this really seems to be that because of all the little details. Clearly they didn't draw this. If they did put that much detail into it, they would not be selling it for $70. I see this sort of thing on DeviantArt a lot, where someone will take a photo of a singer or something like that, and they just put a filter over it, and then they don't say, like, oh, this is a photo edit. They just pass it off as if they drew it, basically marketing it as if it is fan art. Then that's kind of a problem, and I don't appreciate that. Photographer selling photo editing while we're all isolating. Is it just me, or does the second photo look worse? It is not just you. That second photo is very washed out. Brightness, highlights way too high. This first one looks good. I think the first one would just need some white balancing. And then maybe a little bit of blurring out of the petals on the side to bring more attention to the baby. But yeah, they just completely washed out all the details in that lace in the second photo. It didn't need to be edited, honestly. Could it be made to look even better? Yes, but not like that. At my college art exhibition about culture and heritage, dude was trying to hype up his work. It was Crayola marker, by the way. It's called Dragon's Inn. I don't even know what I'm looking at. It looks like a robot knight on a mountain, and there's some dragon bird thing behind him, and there's a lot of skulls on the sides, and this one has a Mickey Mouse hat. What is that? That's not the question here. That's fine on its own. $550 for this. Oh wait, no, actually it's 2.5. I don't know if this is half of it or if this is both of them together. Is there potential here? Yes, there's potential. A lot of things just need way more work, like the skulls are kind of hideous. But the robot thing, he's got a lot of good detail. He's got a cool design. I don't think this dragon thing looks good at all, I'm sorry. Mostly it's the eyes. Why are the eyes on the front? A dragon wouldn't have eyes on the front. Wouldn't a dragon have eyes on the side of its head? But there's some good things done here for Crayola marker, like the shifting in tones on these wing things. And in the background too. That's a pretty neat look. Again, for Crayola marker. There's some people who use fancy markers like Copics and it turns out like this. So, we can applaud that, but I'd say definitely, maybe just the wings and the robot, and then You can work on the rest in a different piece, but definitely not worth $1,000. $600 is one of the most disproportionate faces I've ever seen. Not so bad oils coloring work, but $600, 600 euros for painting of David Bowie. This is someone really good at painting, but they're just really not good at painting faces. I think that's the problem here. There's a lot of really cool things. They've got the shading pretty great. All these little drips and scrapes and stuff, those are really cool. That adds a lot of atmosphere to the picture. Mostly, it's just the eyes, I think. I think the eyes might be too large. At least this one on the right is. Everything about the eye on the right is too large. Well, I know his eyes were different like that. But this is... Again, the nose, the tilt of the nose isn't quite right, and this cheek looks very sunken in. In that way, it's not worth $600, but if it was good, it could be worth $600. If this really did look like David Bowie and not like the corpse of David Bowie, then I would definitely understand that that's worth $600, especially when you think about the cost of the canvas and the paints and all that, and all the work it takes. You know, oil painting takes layers and layers and layers of paint, so it takes a lot of work. But a lot of the work is the pre-planning and the sketching beforehand. So when you put in all that work over a poorly done sketch, you end up with that. Hannah Montana poster, not a bad effort, just wouldn't sell it for $20 on a shirt. So I guess they took the poster for a Hannah Montana movie and drew it in markers on paper and then scanned it in and put it on a Redbubble t-shirt. You know what the best part of it is the logo. Look at the logo. That looks pretty good. Like, maybe this person should stick to, like, graphic design. Because there's a lot of kind of hideous things about this, I must say. I think, issue number 1 is the teeth. There's a lot wrong with this. First of all, look at this horse. It looks like a cockatoo or a parakeet or something. If someone just took this drawing, and I saw this on a shirt at Walmart for like $5 or whatever, I would buy it, because it's just fun and weird. But then you look at this, and you see the horror that is the mouth, the pain in her eyes, the teeth are too large. You know, laugh lines? You shouldn't draw those so deeply on a young person, because it makes them look a lot older. But look at this. Look at that. That looks good. So, you know, maybe they should work for Disney and draw Disney Channel logos. Maybe that's their calling. Oh, wow. $50 for a painted rock. I'm not even sure what it's supposed to be. Okay, it says concrete, or should I say concrete angel. Very confused that only the C and the O are, colored blue. And we have some dog dragon thing that is covered in blood. It has very sharp teeth. And what is this blue thing? Is that like connecting it to this like thought bubble, or is it spitting? Why does it have hair? I know that's a really big thing to, you know, like draw anthropomorphic animals with hair. But it just looks like he has a toupee on top of his head. $50. How big is this rock? Let's talk about that. Maybe I would entertain this purchase if it was on, like, a boulder. But if it's on, you know, 2 by 2 inches, you can't put, like, anything on that to make it $50 unless you're, like, really polishing it, carving a design. If you're putting... that's not even paint, that's like Sharpie. If you drew with Sharpie on a rock and you're selling it for $50. But actually, the fact that it's outdoor, indoor, I'm sold. Oh, here we have a cat picture. This is just something else. We have a very muscular old man who kind of looks like Joe Biden holding a cat with the face of a troll. This is kind of like the David Bowie thing, where the painting is good, but then the like subject matter is not good. So if I just look at the wall in the background, that's really well done. Like, maybe this is not something an artist should say, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a background like that in one of Van Gogh's paintings or something like that. It just has that style, you know? But then it becomes an issue when they make the guy's skin the same colors, and then he just kind of blends into the wall. They went very detailed on the abs, but then the rest just looks disproportioned. It's a good try though, but it's not worth $300. I don't think it could be fixed. I think you'd have to start again. I kinda like the cat though. But $300 no. But it could be worse. Wow. I hope this is a joke. This is my favorite painting. It's the face of an albino owl. I plan to sell it for $50,000. Hopefully someone will be able to buy it from me someday. Hopefully this painting saves my life. This is every artist's dream. I hope you understand that. Really, there's only one issue here, and that's $50,000. The rest, it's perfectly fine. It's really cute, it's really soft and well done. I don't picture a millionaire buying this. But this would do great on, you know, a board game box. Yeah. That's just what comes to mind. Maybe because they said trading card game group. Maybe you can put it in a game and make $50,000 from the game. Scribble Artist has 11.8 thousand followers on Instagram and churns out this garbage. Wow. You know, I don't even want to talk about it. It's making me angry. Saw this on Tumblr. It looks like they ripped a page from one of those how to draw anime books. That is fair. Let's see, what's the issue here? The face. Yes, it's allowed to be stylized, but the eyes are straight while the head is turned. He looks like he has a chipmunk cheek. The mouth is way too high on the chin. And the nose... I can't even describe. The shading on the hair is not good at all. It's just darker around the edges. It's not actually shading. There's a lot of detail in the coat, and that's kind of nice. But I think we have a problem here. It looks like... it looks like this is the side of their body. And... no one's torso is that thin. That's okay. Because this person, they kept working at it. They could get a lot better. I think there's hope in this. I think if your art is kind of turning out like this, a thing to think about is not just copying what you see, but thinking about why it looks like that. Like, I see the shadows on the hair like this, but then you think, oh, why are they showing up like that? Oh, it's because the light source is over here. And then you start being able to place shadows more realistically. Think about wrinkles, you think about the type of fabric and if it would actually wrinkle that much or in that way. As you can see, there's some very bold wrinkles here on the sleeve. But I think it has potential. They're not selling it for $1 million, so I think that this is okay. Oh wait, they're selling it for $15. It takes a lot to make art that is worth something to other people. When you're starting out, a lot of your art is just gonna be worth something to you, and that's okay. Wow. Okay, she's not even holding the umbrella. I'm selling these two pieces of artwork for $75 each. If anyone's interested. The butterfly one? That's pretty good, except for the flower, or whatever that is. I don't know. The white part does not look good, but the rest looks really good. $75. Probably not, but someone would probably buy it for like $30. The other one though, how did that happen compared to the one on the right? It makes you wonder if the one on the right was made with a stencil or something. But let's talk about this umbrella picture. Is this the rain? The rain is coming down straight, but her dress is whooshing to the side. Which seems to suggest wind, which would also blow the rain, which is something to consider. But the biggest problem is, well, yes, they mentioned she's not even holding the umbrella. Her arms appear to be going behind her back, and the umbrella is just resting in her elbow. The handle of the umbrella is not coming out of the center of the umbrella, and the umbrella is completely behind her head. It is not protecting her from the rain at all. You see this? Line of the umbrella is going behind her head. She's not being protected from the rain. And that is why she looks mildly distraught. Okay, I'm starting to feel a little worn out from all this delusional art, so I think we're gonna leave it at that today. Thank you for watching. This was fun, and I'd like to do more stuff like this in the future. I have a lot more art videos planned where we can look at a lot of different exciting things together, and I will be making some art myself, hopefully, because I don't think it's fair to just talk about art and not show your own art process. I think that's important because I'm not someone who's an expert on art, clearly. I am young, I don't have a ton of experience, so all I know is from the classes I've taken and from constantly working on things myself. I know I'm not perfect. I think that's a good way of being transparent when I'm critiquing art, is to show that I know that I'm not good at art myself. That's just to be clear that I don't think I'm better than everyone else. I think my art deserves to be critiqued just as much as anyone else's, good or bad. Again, I thank you for watching. You can feel free to like this video if you enjoyed it and you want to see more videos like this. And you can subscribe to see every time I post a new video. I plan to have a lot more videos coming out soon, so I do suggest you subscribe if you enjoy art-related content. I'm Emma Western, and I hope you have a fantastic day.